And we're back here on Open. Blactina Media is a new media company with a mission to amplify Afro-Latinx and Caribbean stories with an emphasis on women through media and entertainment. They've got an upcoming event entitled Anti Blackness and Colorism in Latinx Spaces. And here showing a little bit, or I should say sharing a little bit more about the upcoming projects and the event is the founder of Blactina Media, Nydia Simone. How you doing?
I'm good. It's actually pronounced Nydia.
Nydia. I'm sorry, Nydia.
No worries,
good to have you.
no worries. Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Good. So tell us a little bit about the company.
Well, the company is very new. We've been in existence online for about 2 years, but I LLC'd a few months ago in the spring, and we amplify Afro-Latinx and Caribbean stories through film, foster community via events, this being one of them. And the focus is really to have authentic Afro-Latinx and Caribbean representation on screen. I realized that my family dynamic was not reflected on screen in terms of like my Panamanian side. My father's family's Panamanian, and we would have amazing parties. We have this robust culture, but I couldn't find that in film or in television anywhere. Like this idea of what it means to be Black is so narrow, so I really wanted to change that. And as a filmmaker and a writer, I had the power in my hands to do it, so that's what I'm doing.
So talk to us a little bit about the work you're doing right now.
The work in terms of films, we have a couple projects in post-production. So one of them is La Bodega, where we talk about an Afro-Latinx family who's forced to sell their bodega to Jewish real estate developers. So that's currently in post, and I'm kind of a one-man band right now. So it's taken a little time. I shot it last year. And we also have the event series, which we launched Conexión. Conexión is a series where we talk about the pressing issues in our community, from dating, anti-Blackness and colorism, and Latinx spaces, not being Latino enough, you know, and it's from a Black perspective. And all the hosts and panelists are either Afro-Latinx or Caribbean. So these events are to foster community. We watch the screening, and then we have like a roundtable discussion about the topic, and there's open bar, so.
A lot of conversation had there. Yeah. So when you talk about anti-Blackness and colorism in Latinx spaces, walk us through a little bit more of that.
Well, Latinidad is extremely narrow, like in terms of what it means to be Latino. Like you don't see people that look like me, even though like in Latin America, there's over 150 million Black people. You know, that's actually the norm. You can go to every single country in Latin America and find Black people, but we don't see ourselves on screen, and sometimes we're even erased. In Mexico, I believe in 2015, it was the first time they actually had Black people on the census in the government. So for years, people just said, oh, there's no Black people in Mexico. They just don't exist, and that's not true. So the problem comes when a Black person tries to get, you know, their government ID, and they're like, oh, we're gonna deport you because there's no Black people in Mexico. So even though I'm a filmmaker and my focus is entertainment, like it's so much more than entertainment.
What do you want people to take away as a filmmaker? Every filmmaker says, listen, I want to have people take away this. You?
I want people to see Black joy. I want people to see themselves being reflected without trauma porn, without being like a criminal, a prostitute, you know, like a juvenile delinquent. So yeah.
So I want to tell you that if you want to find out more information, of course, you got the information at the bottom of the screen. I want to let you know that telling the story is the most important thing that you possibly can do, and you're doing a lot in terms of sharing that story. So you got an event coming up.
Yes, yes. So August 15th at WeWork Harlem, tickets are $25, so be there. It's gonna be a pretty young group, but we open it up to everybody who is over 21 because there will be drinking. So yeah, we just wanna get the community like together because right now everybody's online. So that's how I built my business, was through Instagram and social media, but I wanna get us talking in person.
And so when you talk about the Instagram social media community, how has that played out with you? I mean, obviously a lot of conversations were had and you felt like you needed to do a little bit more.
Yeah, it was crazy because initially I just wanted to have a web series and it was gonna be titled Blactina. But as I built the Instagram, like it was so much more than a web series, and I started to make it a lifestyle channel. And then like Natasha Alford from the New York Times, like she did a story on us, and then we were in Oprah's online magazine. So I was like, okay, this is way bigger than just a web series. So Instagram has really helped my business, and now I'm working to take it off of social and focus on telling my stories and getting distribution for those stories in places that Black people can see and enjoy them.
And distribution is always a hard thing. How's it been for you?
It has been great. I was pleasantly surprised when I met Leo from BronxNet. She's not here. And she gave me the opportunity to be distributed on BronxNet. So Conexión is actually fingers crossed it will be on BronxNet. But I think it's gonna be pretty easy because I wasn't expecting that. I was gonna do the social thing, and now there's way more opportunities. And I feel like sometimes we think something is difficult, but when we try, it's okay, this was easy. But it's getting past that idea that it's gonna be so hard for me.
So if people want more information about your event, they can come on out and be a part. Tell them again.
Yes, go to blacktinamedia.com, and that's BLACTINAMEDIA, and or follow the Instagram Blactina. There's no K in Blactina. It's BLACTINA. So follow us. Also, if you want a Blactina t-shirt, I don't know if I can do this, but
We can spin.
can you see?
Oh, we spun. You spun. You got that.
Unapologetically Black, unapologetically Latina. So check it out and buy a t-shirt. Spread the love.
Spread the love. We'll let you know that you can get in touch with her, and you got the Instagram handle. You got all the social media. Thank you for coming and sharing with us, and glad to have you.
Thank you.
All righty, listen, stay with us. We got more Open coming up right after this.